What's up, Canes fans? I am Peter Ariz alongside Brad Tejeda. Big news tonight as the Canes pluck a big-time talent out of SEC territory. And this is not just any SEC territory, Brad. Miami goes into Tuscaloosa and takes a top 100 national recruit in running back Kevin Riley, guy who visited over the weekend, and he makes it official tonight. Brad, welcome to the show. As always, appreciate you joining me. And this is big news, man.
Peter, bro, appreciate you having me as always, man. Great talking Canes football with the family. Dude, this is the Canes fan base has been very impatient lately. As we know, not only just our rivals in Florida, but other programs across the country. It seems like they've been heating up on the recruiting trail. And we're in the month of June. And it's like, hey, we have Mario Cristobal. Where's the commitments at, right? People are overlooking these 3-star guys that we have built a foundation for. Me personally, I think there's a lot of great guys that we already have coming in this class, regardless of the ranking of the stars. But we needed a big fish. We needed a big name, right? And when you talk about Kevin Riley, one of the best players in Alabama. You take them from schools like Auburn, Georgia, Alabama. We're competing with the big dogs. And this is a guy that, as many have seen D-Money's post about Kevin Riley in particular, Jarrett Gibson is one of the top running backs in the nation. And most guys on the staff believe that Kevin Riley is not only a better prospect than Jarrett Gibson, but me personally, when you look at Shannon Dawson's offense, guy like Kevin Riley really fits this offense. He's a playmaker. He could take a football and take it 60 yards. People around the country are comparing this guy to Le'Veon Bell, Brian Robinson. I see some Lamar Miller in him as well. He's very patient, gets the crease and takes it the distance. I don't know about you, Peter, but this is a home run commitment for Miami.
Well, and you look at who you're pairing him with in Chris Wheatley-Humphrey, and you say, man, Tim Harris Jr. has done a heck of a job in his first recruiting class at Miami. Coming in, he has the reputation as a recruiter coming in from UCF, but slam dunk gets for him right off the bat.
And I think the overall thing about this too is what you're learning from this staff and Mario Cristobal is things that we weren't able to see in prior staffs, and that's this. It's being able to have many options on the table depending on the position group that we're recruiting, to where we don't have to necessarily rely on that one guy. So, for example, Jarrett Gibson, I think before this commitment, I think a lot of Cane fans that follow recruitment probably thought we had a really good opportunity at Jarrett Gibson. Doesn't mean we still don't, but I think most people that really follow this stuff like us, Texas was always in the driver's seat. Miami was just catching up ground, right? Landing a guy like Kevin Riley softens up a blow to where if you don't land a Jarrett Gibson, you're very okay with it. And in years past, with previous staff and more before that, we were hoping and landing that one guy, and when we would miss on them, we were crumbling to just grab anybody at that point. We are getting productivity, we're getting quality talent, and we're going against the best of the best, and we're winning. Now it's all about.
Well, the difference, not to cut you off there, Brad, but the difference is, like you alluded to, now you're going and getting the 3-star guys with high upside, with the physical traits that you're handpicking early on in the process. You're not getting stuck with guys that, may also be 3 stars late in the process, but you're just getting them because you need a body to fill the class. With the portal, we're seeing less of those just straight bodies that they're looking to take, right? But to me, that's what the recruiting process has really become. And for this coaching staff at Miami, you're about to start to see a lot of these big time guys pop. You alluded to it already, and D-Money has been on point with it too. Miami has just been plucking away. They've just been chipping away at a lot of these guys, and the staff feels great about where they're at right now. Now they're going to be they were already a top 25 class, right? This is going to keep, I don't know what they are right now after the update is out, but they'll keep moving on up, and a lot of these 5-star type targets could be in the mix to make some announcements soon also. So I think this is just, it seems like every week another one pops and it kind of builds bigger and bigger. Again, like we said, the significance of a guy from Tuscaloosa that Alabama wants. And as D Money's mentioned as well, this is a situation where it seems like some people around him think that getting out of the area and getting into a new environment like Miami will be really good for him. So you're going in there and you're grabbing a kid that Bama wants at a position that Bama produces at.
Yeah, and overall, Pete, I just want Cane fans to understand this is we're in a different situation than we were last year. I think when you look at last year at this time, especially middle June, late June, beginning of July last year was really when this recruiting class really started to take off. No pun intended, but first week of July, it was fireworks, right? July 4th fireworks. We were doing our thing first week. We have not gotten to that point yet. We are slowly getting there. Kevin Riley, in my opinion, was the first real domino, probably besides Elijah Lofton, who most people who watch this film, I mean, he's one of the most underrated players in the nation. He's going to be great for Miami, but we haven't even got to the climax yet. And I think the real difference between last year and this year is this. Whether it's University of Florida, whether it's University of Ohio State or Texas or Alabama or Georgia, the guys we were going after last year, most of these guys, it was a head-to-head matchup, and we were winning about 50% of those battles. And our recruiting pitch to those guys was, hey, we got Mario Cristobal, great recruiter. You're about to see what we can do on the football field. Well, unfortunately, football games were played, and we didn't live up to expectations on the football field. Well, now this year, second year with Mario Cristobal, what he's pitching to these guys is, hey, you got to believe that this is going to be a process. We already got big-time guys that are already in the building. You got to continue to believe that we can do that. Unfortunately, the guys that we have left on our board, we are still going against the Georgias, the Alabamas, the Ohio States, and they have productivity on the football field, which is something we don't have. The great thing about this is the guys on our board currently this year, they're not shutting down their recruitment. They're not committed to other programs. It's still wide open. You just got to be patient. All these commitments that you're seeing from other programs, especially like Florida, these are guys that Miami aren't necessarily prioritizing at the top of their list. So just be patient, relax, and trust the staff that we're going to get the right guys. And I truly believe this will be not only a top 10 class, but it's going to be right around the top 5, top 8 class in the nation when it's all said and done.
And listen, you can only sell playing time so much because that's another thing that they've been selling a lot of. And you still have the ability to do that at certain positions, right? But to me, you got to show it on the field, and that's going to be the consistent theme moving forward here. Brad, anything else you want to add on this commitment before I let you go? I will say this. Canes fans, every Thursday we do CanesInSight Live. Brad's on there. I'm on there every Thursday. Brad's on there pretty much every Thursday as well. Would love to have you guys on there as well. And, we answer questions from the fans. We usually get over 100 people at a time on there. So it's a real cool way to get involved. And again, CanesInsight.com, the forums are always going crazy. Twitter, everyone always looks and they see what's going on Twitter, but the forums are like a deeper world altogether, man. You can, anything going on will be posted on the CanesInsight recruiting board forums, pretty much before you see it on Twitter.
Yeah, man. As Cane fans know it, man. There's not a more reliable and trustworthy source than CanesInsight. We've been around for a while, right? And only message I got to Cane fans, man, is just continue to trust the process, be patient. July is coming. I feel like we should get a couple more targets in July. And hey, man, tonight's a good night to celebrate as Miami Hurricane. Whether you want to play Sweet Home Alabama or if you like the jingle of O'Reilly's. Either one of those, blast it tonight, smoke a cigar, because we got a big-time commitment for Miami Hurricanes and Kevin Riley.
Kevin Riley, 4-star running back out of Tuscaloosa. Welcome to Miami. Brad, thank you for your time as always, my brother.
Absolutely, brother. Always love talking Canes football with you and the fam. Go Canes.
Thanks.